So today I'm gonna be doing my August bingo, and while I'm doing that I wanted to go ahead and talk about how I'm finding slowness in a fast-paced life. The theme I'm gonna make today, let's do orange or yellow. Let's do yellow just because I never usually use this yellow highlighter and I have these stickers that I'm going to be using. So a couple weeks ago, that's not going to work. So a couple weeks ago, I started an internship, and ever since I started this internship, I feel like my life has been such fast-paced. I fell into this routine where it's like I wake up, I drive, go to work, leave work, come home, or go rock climbing, or hang out with friends, eat dinner, relax, and go to sleep. And I feel like this routine that I'm falling into made me realize, is this what my life is gonna be like for the next X something amount of years? And suddenly that kind of made me very scared. I feel like I'm a very adventurous person and I'm very curious about everything. I feel like I was adjusting to this new lifestyle, and while I was doing so, I was getting so caught up in living such a fast-paced life that I forgot how to find the slowness and everything. I've been trying to get back into the, I don't know how you say, like groove, but specifically with just finding slowness when life feels so fast-paced. Oops, did I just rip the page? I've been trying to find ways on how to slow down what feels like a very busy and redundant lifestyle. And I realized that I wanted to do more outside of when I'm working, but at the same time I realized, maybe it's not that I need to do more, but it's that I have to find ways to enjoy what I have, enjoy what I can do. I guess like what I mean by that is whenever I would come back home from work, I would be so tired to do anything, and I felt like I would kind of blame myself for not doing enough, which is crazy, right? Because I already did so much throughout the day. Like I already had woken up, gotten ready, went to work, did work, drove back home, and now I was finally back home. But when I was home, there was this non-gratification I still felt inside my body that was kind of like, you're not doing enough, like for today. You haven't done enough. Like there's still so much you have to do. Like what are you doing? Get up. It's kind of like crazy to me that I had that thought when I'm like laying in bed or sitting on the couch because I am so physically exhausted, which makes sense. And then in my mind I'm just like, I need some other type of gratification outside of work, whether that was maybe like hanging out with friends or trying out like a new restaurant or cafe, or just even doing something for myself and like going back into the hobbies that I like to do, whether that's like video gaming or arts and crafts or journaling like I am doing right now. But man, I'm just so tired. And I realized that while I can be doing more, I should also give myself the time to do less. And what I mean by that is I should allow myself to rest when I need to and not overwork myself for the rest of the day when I had already been feeling worn out. That, and also just finding things that make me feel like I'm intentionally slowing down my life. I feel like there are things that I do, or there are people that I talk to where time doesn't move quicker, but rather it moves slower in a way that I am enjoying my life and I can be very present in it. For example, things like journaling for me, I know that time is moving, and by the end of journaling, I'm like, wow, 20-30 minutes have already passed. But in the moment, that time feels very slow. Slow in that I can hear myself think clearly, and I might hear like the sounds of nature, like whether the winds are blowing or it's raining or the birds are chirping. Very small details, and something about the quietness that I allow myself to immerse in when I journal, particularly for me when I am writing or reflecting. I don't like to have anything on in the background because I feel like I'll be distracted by any music that I have. You know, like allowing yourself to just have small moments of your day like that where you're kind of just in silence and you're kind of allowing yourself to think about how your day went, or just allow yourself to be fully immersed in whatever activity that you're doing. I think that's one of the biggest things that I found to have helped me live slower in a very fast-paced life. I've drawn an outline now, and what I am gonna do is I am gonna write some of the things that I want to accomplish in the month of August. Let me go ahead and write this down because I cannot do two things at once, unfortunately. I've completed my bingo. Oh, that's really bright. So I'm gonna look for some stickers. The girl has a lot of stickers and she does not have enough places to put each sticker, but that's okay because I am just happening to find all of it. I picked up my stickers, I picked up my washi tape. These are the stickers I'm gonna be using. Then I'm gonna use some of my washi tape to go ahead and start decorating. Yay! I would say the second thing is allow yourself to rest if you need the rest. Sure, like you always do want to find the things that help you to slow down your life, but you're not going to be able to do those things if you're tired from your fast-paced life in the first place. It's good to always just keep in mind of your body's own limitations and just keeping yourself in check. Like, am I just doing what I can for myself? Giving myself enough breaks throughout my fast-paced day. And if you're like me, you can feel guilty about it. But the point is that if you want to do the things that bring you slowness in your life, you also have to give yourself that slowness first. And if that means taking a nap, taking a day off, I feel like having a day to yourself where you do nothing is amazing and it's underrated. I love having days where honestly I do absolutely nothing. The days where I do absolutely nothing, those days make me so happy. It's just like unfathomable to me that sometimes when I'm like, I've done so much, and then I'm like, oh, it's because like I never took a break, and I'm like, just giving yourself time to bounce back is gonna be more rewarding in the long run than you ever know. Finding things that help slow down your life is also great, but allowing yourself to really rest when you need it is also great. This is my August bingo. I think one of the most important things that you can get back when you're living in a fast-paced life, I think one of the first things you have to ask yourself is, how can I get my time back? How can I get my time back, and how can I use that wisely? Not even wisely. How can I get my time back, and how can I use that time for myself? How can I use that time for myself to slow my life down? So for me, when I am driving, I used to always listen to music, but more so now it's, I would say like 50% of me listening to new music, and 50% of the other time is turning on a podcast. Because not only am I able to just take in the podcast episode, and when I'm driving I feel like it can be kind of hectic, where it's like maybe feeling stressed, tensed out from the driving and all the commute traffic, and the list goes on. But with a podcast, depending on who you're listening to, that voice can be grounding in a way. And for me, having something in the background that keeps me grounded allows me to stay calm throughout my commute, throughout the morning and the afternoon, or honestly just whenever I drive anywhere. And then with the new music that I listen to, honestly, when I find songs that I like, I tend to stick to them because I don't want to listen to other songs. And then I realized, well, if I keep listening to the same songs, how am I going to discover new artists? And maybe those new artists are going to be on tour, and what if I get to see them on tour, but if I never listen to the music, I will never know who they are and their existence. And I try to just give myself new experiences throughout the day. And I don't try to take myself away from anything that I am already doing if I am enjoying it. I want to do everything. Like, I want to be able to watch my videos that I'm learning about new stuff on. I want to be able to hang out with my friends and try out new cafes and restaurants. I want to be able to call and text people and say, hey, like, can we hang out? Can we meet up? And I want to be able to stay active. I want to go rock climbing as much as I can. I want to go to the gym and I want to go lift weights. And if you keep thinking about the things that you want to do and try to fit them throughout the day, then you're gonna get overwhelmed yourself. I remember for the first couple of weeks that I started working, and I tried to fit my schedule into the things that I wanted to do after work. I was like, how do people do this? How are people doing more than coming back home after work and maybe going to exercise, then coming back home and eating and then getting ready for bed? And then I realized there are ways that I can fit more without taking away the leftover energy I have. I think finding that balance has been definitely a learning curve, and it's definitely something that I am just working towards. And it's things like having a bingo that I make for myself every month that allows me to complete, I guess you can say, like side quests or things that I know will bring me joy in the day. Really small moments of joy. And I think that's the importance of how you find slowness in your life. It's if you find small things in your life that you're doing, or just in the moment that you're appreciative of, then I think that'll help you a lot to just take a moment to soak it all in and tell yourself that you got this. It's not easy. I'm still adjusting, and I'm always like looking for ways to be like, what's something that I can do even for like 5-10 minutes that's not gonna make me feel like I'm about to implode and crash out and just be stressed and tensed all the time. And it's important to realize that you're finding slowness for yourself, and by you doing something for yourself when you're in such a fast-paced life will hopefully help you to find a balance in it all. Hopefully allow you to find meaning and purpose outside of work or outside of whatever the main thing it is you're doing. I realize time is very limited. Make sure you have fun, and hopefully like finding that fun is also gonna bring you that small moments of joy in your life, and allow you to realize, like, I'm gonna be okay. Maybe I might not be able to control the amount of time I have, but I have the option to do things in my life that make it feel like I have some control of time. I hope this can help anyone who feels like their life is slipping by each day without them even realizing it. And if you're watching this, I hope you find something that allows you to take that deep breath in and out and say that you've got this. Bye.